Welcome to The Explainer. We're going to talk about something really important today, stopping that leg muscle loss that can happen as we get older. And believe it or not, the secret might be hiding in plain sight, right on your breakfast plate. All right, let's just jump right in with a number that's, well, it's pretty startling. The research we're digging into today shows that adults over 60 can lose up to a third, that's 33% of their leg muscle in just a decade. I mean, just think about that for a second. What that really means for your mobility, for your independence. So that leads to a really big question, right? What if the key to fighting this decline, is already sitting right there on your breakfast table? The science we're looking at points to this incredibly powerful, but often overlooked connection between what you eat first thing in the morning and the actual strength in your legs.
Okay, so how are we going to tackle this? Well, we've broken it all down into 6 key areas. We're going to start by really understanding the threat, but then, and this is the important part, we're going to get right into the practical, simple things you can actually start doing tomorrow morning.
All right, let's get into our first section, the silent threat. You know, this is one of those problems that can really sneak up on you. A lot of times, you don't even notice it's happening until it's already had a pretty big impact.
So this condition actually has a medical name. It's called sarcopenia. But here's the most important thing to get from this. This is not just an inevitable part of getting older. It's a specific process, and because it's a process, it means we can take specific steps to fight back against it.
And hey, this isn't just some abstract theory. The source material tells the story of David, who's 69. He really felt his leg strength and his balance just slipping away. But by making just a few simple changes to his morning routine, he completely turned it around. His story is just such a great reminder that, change is absolutely possible.
Okay, so why the morning? What's so special about breakfast time? Let's dive into our second section, because this is where we really understand why that first hour you're awake is such a battleground for your legs.
Just think about it for a second. After you've been sleeping all night, your body is basically running on empty, right? It goes into what's called a catabolic state. That's just a fancy word for breakdown mode. Your body starts breaking down its own tissue for fuel. And guess what one of the first targets is? Yep, your leg muscles. So if you don't give it the right fuel first thing, you're literally letting your body eat away at your leg strength just to get going for the day.
Which, of course, brings us to the solution. This is what it's all about. Section 3 is where we lay out the 5-food breakfast blueprint. I want you to think of these foods as the building blocks for a kind of protective shield around your leg muscles.
First up on the list is a total powerhouse, and it's probably something you already have in your kitchen right now. The humble, but oh so mighty whole egg.
So, what makes the egg so special? Well, it really comes down to a couple of key things. First, that yolk is loaded with something called leucine. Leucine is an amino acid that basically acts like a light switch for turning on your body's muscle-building machinery. And second, you've got vitamins B12 and D, which are absolutely crucial for the nerve signals that control your balance and your coordination. Super important. Okay, next on our blueprint is a real dynamic duo. We're talking about oatmeal paired with chia seeds. This combination delivers a fantastic 1-2 punch of steady, reliable energy and those vital minerals that keep your muscles firing on all cylinders.
So how does this actually work? Well, the oats give you that slow release energy, which keeps your blood sugar stable. No crazy spikes. This lets your body focus on using protein for what it's supposed to be doing, repairing muscle. Then you have the chia seeds, which are packed with magnesium and potassium, and those are absolutely essential for preventing cramps and helping your muscles relax properly.
Coming in at number 3 is a food people often call nature's electrolyte pill. And for good reason. We're talking about the banana. That potassium in there is just a fantastic tool for heading off those painful muscle cramps before they can even start.
All right, remember that overnight muscle breakdown we were talking about earlier? Well, our fourth food, Greek yogurt, is pretty much the perfect counterattack. And that's because it's loaded with a very special kind of slow-digesting protein.
It's packed with a protein called casein. Now, the best way to think about casein is like a time-release fuel capsule for your muscles. It delivers those muscle-building amino acids slowly and steadily all morning long, putting a stop to that breakdown process. And hey, here's a bonus. The probiotics in the yogurt actually help your gut absorb all these amazing nutrients even more efficiently.
And finally, our 5th food. Now, this one might sound a little unconventional for breakfast, but the research shows it is incredibly effective. Adding a fatty fish like pan-seared salmon to your morning meal just a couple of times a week, wow, it gives you this powerful dose of anti-inflammatory omega-3s and just top-tier protein for some really serious muscle repair.
Okay, time for section 4. Now, beyond those 5 core foods we just talked about, the source material points to something it calls a secret weapon. It's this overlooked, super simple kitchen staple that provides incredible support for your leg muscles.
So, what is it? What's this simple but powerful food? I'll give you a hint. It's not some expensive, exotic superfood you have to track down. In fact, you probably have it in your kitchen right now.
It's this simple. Half a steamed sweet potato with a little sprinkle of Celtic sea salt. That's it. The sweet potato gives you that long-lasting, stable energy. And that little pinch of salt, it's not just for flavor. It delivers over 80 trace minerals that are absolutely vital for helping your muscles contract smooth.
All right, let's move on to section 5. To really get the most bang for your buck from these foods, the research suggests pairing them with a few super simple morning rituals. Think of these habits as amplifiers. They just crank up the benefits and create the perfect environment for muscle repair.
So here they are, 5 easy habits. Number 1, hydrate with some warm water and a pinch of that mineral salt right when you wake up. Then, a quick 3-minute leg lift balance exercise, nothing crazy. 3, get out of bed slowly, no sudden movements. 4, try to get just 5 minutes of morning sunlight on your skin. And finally, and this is a big one, don't stay hungry for too long after waking up. Altogether, these simple things create this really powerful, complete approach to supporting your leg health.
Okay, let's bring it all together in our final section, reclaiming your strength. Because that's what this is all about, right? Taking back control of your mobility and your independence.
And again, this isn't just a nice idea. The research backs it up. The source points to a study from Tufts University where older adults, simply by focusing on a protein-rich breakfast, regained up to 35% of their leg strength in just 8 weeks. I mean, 8 weeks! That is a massive, massive change in such a short period of time.
You know, the core message in all of this is really about empowerment. It's about realizing that you have control over your body instead of letting it control you. These aren't things that are just happening to you. You can take direct, powerful, and simple steps to maintain your strength and hold on to your independence.
So there you have it. We've laid out the entire blueprint, all backed by research on how to protect and even rebuild your leg strength. I guess the only real question left is the one you see right here. What are you going to choose for your first meal tomorrow?